How you doing, guys? Thank you for coming back to another episode of Cobra TV, and today we're going to talk a little bit about how to find some of those resources that you just can't seem to find in No Man's Sky. An easy, cool way to find some of those resources. Recently, I had my warp reactor break by I think I was murdered by some space pirates or something. I can't remember, but when I respawned, my warp reactor was messed up. It could have been a black hole. I can't remember. But I was stuck in a system where I could not find any copper on any of the planets. I couldn't find copper in the asteroids that were in space. It was mostly iridium and thamium and nickel, but no copper. And I was a little bit stressed. But one of my subscribers pointed me to a really cool way to not only find the resources that you need, but also a way to, take a look at some ships. Some people like to buy brand new ships, but there's a way to get some of the ships that you see flying around for absolutely free, and that's by looking for crashed ships. Now, normally you're going to see the crashed ships are going to be ships that you're going to see flying around in that star system at that time, and the ships that you find are usually going to be one slot better or one slot worse. It's not going to be a significant improvement, although sometimes it can be. But in this case, I was in need of copper to fix my warp reactor, and I couldn't seem to find it anywhere. So we went looking around for crashed ships. So what you want to do is you want to come across one of these little light beacons, and you're going to need a bypass chip. And you're going to need some iron and some plutonium for that. So you go ahead and you craft your bypass chip. And what you're going to, there's going to be several different options to choose from. The one that you're going to want to choose, and some of these options are pretty fun to play around with, fun places to go, but you're going to want to choose transmission. Transmission's going to take you to a crashed ship. Well, it's actually going to take you to a building. It's going to show you a waypoint, and that's going to take you to a building. And when you get to the building, you're going to, follow the waypoint. Sometimes you need to go out of the planet and fly in space just to get to the waypoint a little bit quicker, because some of them could be pretty far away. But when you get to the building, you're going to go up to the little terminal there, and it's going to have a little math question or puzzle question or pattern question, something like that. And you just solve the puzzle, and once you solve the puzzle, you're going to be able to get a new waypoint, and that waypoint is going to take you to a a crash ship. Now, once we get to the crash ship, it might be something you like, it might be something you want, but the benefit is we're going to steal its resources. We're going to loot it and take what it has, and we're going to run. Now, and then we're going to run with it, and we're going to get what we need to fix our warp reactor. Now, some of these ships can have some pretty cool tech. Depends on how upgraded your ship is, because the crash ships that you find are comparable kind of to ones that you have. But some of these ships, when you loot them, can have some very valuable stuff with inside them. So you park your ship. What you want to do is park it close to where the crash ship is. You don't want to go too far away from it. So in this case, I parked right up here on the mountain, and I know this is a little bit scary to do it your first time, but you go ahead and you select the ship, and you look at its tech. All that tech, we can break that down, we can take its resources. It's not really good tech either, but you compare the ship, and then you go ahead and accept it. Now, you're not going to lose any units because this ship is free, and when you compare it, your ship should still be right there. At least mine is, all the time. It shouldn't disappear. So you go ahead, you get inside the ship, and you're going to want to go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff, and whatever resources, when you highlight over top of it, those are the resources that you're going to get when you break it down. Now, if it doesn't have anything in it, you're not going to be able to break that tech down, because there's no resources that, are hidden inside it or being used to build it. So you go through. What I like to do is, even though it doesn't look like I can break it down, I just go ahead and try anyway. But as you're breaking it down, resources are unpacking from it, and it's going inside the inventory slots there. You go through, make sure, you break them all down, and already I can see that I have enough to fix my warp reactor. And I've been looking for hours trying to find some copper in this star system, and I absolutely cannot find it. So you go ahead and hit triangle, and you're transferring all this stuff that you just unpacked from the tech that you broke down, and you're transferring it to your exosuit. And you got to make sure you get it all. I always go through and just double check, even though, see, I missed one right there. So you go through and you just transfer them right to your exosuit. And bam, we got it all. Okay. And at this point, what you're going to want to do is get out of the ship, walk back over to your ship, or in my case, I would want to run. I'm afraid it's just going to spawn out or something. But you walk over to your ship, and you're going to compare it. And then you're going to want to go ahead and accept it. And you got all those resources. You just looted that crashed ship. And I'm stuck in a rock there. And we just looted that crashed ship, and now we are able to fix our warp reactor, because we had the copper, and we got some other things too. It's a fun way to get resources, and it's a fun way to look at some crashed ships that, you know, you might find something you like. You might get lucky. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for coming back. I will see you guys. Hope this helps. I will see you guys in the next video. Until next time.